Hey, welcome to Crypto Corner. This is Andy and Nicole. I hope your 4th of July weekend have you well. And we made it through the first 2 quarters. It was not pretty. There was a lot of things in the last video that I just done that explains the 5 or 6 things that led to the crash. It created the snowball effect from the Chinese mining operations and regulations there to the media, to the whales, to the fear, institutional money, and of course bots is what we talked about. So today we wanted to talk a little bit about smart contracts. I get a lot of questions about smart contracts and why are they so popular and how do they work and what are they? And with the great debate between Polkadot and Gavin and what do we got? ADA, which is Cardano with Charles, and then we've got Ethereum with Vitalik. So smart contracts, if you want to look at it like this, could be money's now technology, because smart contract of which it comes with rules that are associated to the money. But understand that consideration doesn't have to be monetary. The same rules that apply to transmittal across the world, if you will, apply to accounting or to loss prevention, liability, insurance. There's many applications for smart contracts. Maybe it's somebody that, the easiest way that I can explain blockchain is it's a historic that really captures the events and the transactions, or a specific thing needs to be done for something else to happen. And the one story I like to tell best is mostly, let's say you're a buyer of gold and you want to buy some gold. A smart contract would work similar to once the gold is discovered, you pay, let's say you're going to buy $1 million worth of gold. Let's say 10% of your funds would be released to the seller of the gold once it's located in the ground, the mine. Another 10% is released when it's excavated. Per contract, remember, the core of smart contracts and the core of Ethereum and Cardano and Polkadot and these different types of coins, these smart contract coins, is really one, it stores rules. And in the case with the gold, rule number 1, once you find it, we'll release some money. Rule number 2, once you excavate it, we're going to release another 10%. Once you smelt it, we're going to release another 10%. So really at the core, what smart contracts are is a store of value, a store of rules. It also verifies the rules and it eliminates the middleman. And then at the end of the day, it executes the sale or the rule. So it can be applied in many different things, not just money per se. So, and don't be fooled, smart contracts are really, they're not smart. It's a piece of code that solves a complex problem, for example. It's distributed, it's shared, it's immutable, meaning it can't be changed. So that's what people love, and you can specifically build these ecosystems for every kind of business out there. So that's really smart contracts in a nutshell. So at the end of the day, the gold has been smelted and you've paid 40%. Now gold makes it through, let's say gold makes it onto a shipping container and comes across the Atlantic, for example. Another 10% of the million would be released. Once it clears customs, another 10% of the gold or the money would be released. At the end of the day, it executes the rules. It will give money when a certain thing is achieved. That's all the smart contract is. Now, those are the good ways smart contracts can be used. The bad ways smart contracts can be used is, I did a video on it, I won't get into detail, but smart contracts can also be used against you. They can limit what you buy, where you buy it, how much you buy. They can automatically delete or credit or debit or encumbrance your coin. And it won't be long until the government comes out with another, I'm sure it'll be some type of dire situation where they're going to implement their own digital currency for the good of we the people, which it won't be, but that's a whole nother video. So that kind of explains smart contracts. And that's why when I look at smart contracts, I look at the future and I look at, there's some coins that are built on non-inflationary stores of value, if you will, like a Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's limited in its case use, in its ability to transact very quickly at a reasonable rate. And that all came down, there's different kinds of hard forks and different coins. And it came down to governance. You couldn't get anything moving forward in Bitcoin because A, they didn't know how to pay for it. B, not everybody had the same ideas of what the future looked like. That's why you see these hard forks. It's really a breach of governance, if you will. You have all these different developers that can't agree on a certain path or direction or improvement or innovation to the ecosystem. So they break off and they do their own thing. And smart contracts are the coins of most value to me because usually they solve problems individually. They can be very niche. They're going to supply all the NFTs, all the contractual, if you will, even though they're not a contract. So really when you look at it, is money is really now technology. And that's the best way to explain smart contracts as we know it. So next we're going to get into what is Ethereum, what groundbreaking innovation that it brought to the table. Think of Bitcoin as 1.0. We can transmit money, move it peer-to-peer, whatever you want. And Bitcoin's proof that we, the people, can own, maintain, and control our own money and have an autonomous money without central authority. It might be the greatest invention of all. But now we can not only apply that to money, but consideration in many different levels because the verticals on smart contracts, what they can accomplish is absolutely awesome. And that's what we're going to get into next. Like I said before, I think Nicole did some videos on staking, I believe, on Cardano. So we're going to get into where we are with smart contracts. How much of market penetration do they have? Should you buy Ether? Should you buy Cardano? Should you buy Polkadot? What are the coins moving forward? Because I believe smart contracts and smart contract coins will lead the next decade. And I think there's a lot of room for a lot of different players. So I like a lot of different companies, but for very different reasons. So we'll get into that next. So click subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.